Hey everyone, this is Aarti. Welcome to my YouTube channel Ace English Academy. In this channel, I will be sharing videos on the basics of English grammar. My videos will help you to improve your grammatic skills as I have designed each video to help you to use English effectively. And if you like my videos, please like, share and comment. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon for future notifications. Thank you. Keep supporting, keep watching my videos. So let's start.
So let's start yet another parts of speech video on verb and its types. So as we have discussed about the parts of speech and nouns and its types in detail. So let's discuss about the verb. What is verb? A verb is a word which shows action or a state of being. So let's see where and how we use verb in a sentence. Types of verbs. So here are the different types of verb. Stative verb, or we call it state. Dynamic verb, or we call it action verb. Helping verb, auxiliary verb. Main verb, regular verb, irregular verb, transitive, intransitive. So all these are the types of verb. So first of all, we will discuss about the stative verb. What is stative verb? Where do we use it? The verb that expresses a state rather than an action. They usually show mental feeling, emotion, state of a person, place, relationship sense, and measurements. So we talk about a verb as a word which is called action word, which tell us about the physical activity. When we talk in a sentence, suppose we take a sentence, then the word which tell us about the action, that word is verb. But here the stative verb is a verb which do not tell us about the action, it rather tell us about the state. Let's see examples. I am at home. So the verb you hear is this am. So this is to be form of verb, okay, and is not an activity. It is not telling us about any action. It is telling us about the state of a person. I is the subject. Okay, let's see few more examples. See here. She believes in fairies. So here also believing is not doing any action. It is state of mind. He feels elated. I think tea is better than coffee. Your brother hates driving. So all these are hating, this hate, love, all these are feelings. Lee likes cake. So to like someone, sorry, not liking, to like is not an activity, it's a state. So this is how the stative verbs tell us about the state of a person, or the mental feelings, emotions, or the relation senses or measurements. So, but one and the most important rule I want to tell you about, the rule in English grammar you must know about the stative verbs, is that the stative verb cannot be used in the ing form. See here. You can see here the last sentence. Lee likes cake, and if I am writing the sentence here like this, Lee is liking cake. So this is incorrect. We cannot use this ing form in the stative verb. Grammatically, this is incorrect. Suppose we can take one more example. See here in the second sentence, she is believing in fairies. So this is incorrect. Students commit mistakes by using ing form with the stative verbs, but that is not correct in grammar. Okay, I hope you will take care of this thing from next time. So next comes the action verb. These are the words which expresses an activity that a person or a thing can do. It indicates that something is happening or was happening or will be happening. So here the word which talks about about an action. Let's see examples. Lee eats cake. So eating is something Lee can do. So here this word eat is an action verb. It's not telling us about the state. It's telling us about the action as we did in the previous type of verb. The bear chased the salmon in the shallow rapids. So chasing is something the bear can do. Chasing is something that the bear can do. So that is an action verb. Let's see a few more examples. Rohit played cricket, so playing is also doing physical activity. I wrote a letter to my cousin. Writing is also doing some physical activity. Your dog is barking in the park. So dog is also doing some physical activity. So all these words like eat, chase, play, write or wrote or barking, these are called action verbs. Ayat baked cake for the party. So baking is also doing some physical activity. Moving on now to the next type. So here comes the helping verbs, or we call them auxiliary verbs. So what are they? Auxiliary verbs or helping verbs are used together with a main verb to show the verb's tense or to form a negative or a question. The most common auxiliary verbs are have, has, had, do, does, did, and to be. To be verbs are is, am, are. Okay. Let's see examples now. Have they completed the assignment? So have they completed the assignment? So the word have is here auxiliary verb, whereas completed is a verb. Let's see a few more examples here. Ali is writing an email to a client at the moment. So is here is auxiliary verb, whereas writing, the word writing is the that action verb. The child has drunk. So has is auxiliary verb, drink is a verb. We can call it action verb. Was seen, he was seen by fans at the airport. So was, has, is, have, or here we can see do and doesn't. So all these are helping verbs, or we call them auxiliary verbs. I hope this is clear to you. There is another form of helping verb, and that is modal verb. As we read about the helping verb, and what are they? Is, them, are, to be form of verb, or has, have, do, does. They all are helping verbs. So here are a few more helping verbs. We call them modal verbs. What are these modal verbs? Can, could, may, might, must, shall, should, will, and would. So these helping verbs tell us about the attitude of the speaker. How do we come to know about the attitude of a speaker? Let's see a few examples here. She can swim in the pool if she finishes all her homework. So you can see here the word, this model verb, we call it model verb, can is telling us about the ability of a person. She can swim. So we are coming to know about her abilities, that she can swim. Also, we are coming to know about the tense here. How? If she finishes all her homework. So we are coming to know that if she finishes her homework, what she can do after that? She can swim. So here we're coming to know about the time. So it tells us about the tense of the sentence also. Few more examples. When the clock strikes midnight, you must run to Fairy Hill. So when the clock strikes, you can see here tense of a sentence. We are coming to know about the time, and you must run to Fairy Hill. So here it is used to express obligation, that you have to do this thing. You must run to Fairy Hill. I should have been studying. So here also this word should is modal verb. Would you like a cup of tea? So we can use these modal verbs to make these question statements also. Okay, would you like a cup of tea? To request, here I have put this sign of interrogation, to request or to offer. We can use this. I may be home late. So to express the possibility, when we talk about the possibility, I may or I may not, so we can use these verbs for that also. Next type is the main verb. And what are these main verbs? The main verbs, the main verb is also called the lexical verb or the principal verb. Main verbs can stand alone. They can be used with a helping verb. For example, see here, I should have been studying. So studying is here main verb. Whereas what is auxiliary verb? Have. This is have is auxiliary verb. Few more sentences. Sally jumped over the fence. So jumped here is main verb. We are watching TV. So watching is main verb, whereas are is auxiliary verb. Has is auxiliary verb. Arrived is main verb. He has arrived. My sister can play guitar. So play here is main verb, whereas can is modal verb. They're helping verb and specifically modal verb. These main verbs complete action alone. In a sentence, if we take them, these main verbs complete the action alone. That is, they do not require additional verb to communicate an action. Itself, they express the action. We call them main verbs. So next type is regular and irregular verbs. So before explaining you about these two types of verbs, regular and irregular verbs, I want to tell you about the forms of verb. How many forms of verb do we have in English language? We have 5 forms of verb. Okay. So what are these 5 forms of verb? V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. So V1 is the base to be form of verb. Here is V2 simple past, V3 past participle, present participle, that is ing form of verb, and then comes one is the simple present tense. Okay, see here, these are the examples. Do, what is the simple present tense for this? If we talk about do, then that is, here you can see what we do. Does, we add s or es in the simple present tense. Sit, then what is here? Sits. Write, writes. Use, uses. Give, then comes the gives. Okay, these are the simple present tense verbs. Now let's talk about the simple past tense verbs, and that is what will be for do. It will be did, sit, sat, write, wrote, use, used, give, gave. Okay. And what will be the past participle? Do, did, done. Sit, sat, sat. Write, wrote, written. Use, used, used. Give, gave, given. Clear? And in ing form, we have to just add ing to it: doing, sitting, writing, using, and giving. Clear? So these are all 5 forms of verb. So where do we use these 5 forms of verb? In English, only verbs are the words that can tell us about the tense of a sentence. They tell us about the tense of a sentence. And for that, what we do? We change the form of verb. We change these different forms of verb. And there are 5 forms of verb. Past participle form, this one. This past participle form, this is very important, is also used in the passive voice. Okay. So this was all about the forms of verb. Now, as I have explained you these forms of verb, I can easily tell you about the regular and irregular verbs. What is the difference between both of them? We will learn. Let's move on to that. So here comes the first, that is this regular verb. So what are the regular verbs? Regular verbs are those verbs whose past tense and the past participle, what are they? Second and the third form of verb are formed by adding d or ed to the end of the verb. Let's see here few regular verbs like walk, walked, walked. We have just added ed to it. Okay. Dance, danced, danced. Paint, painted, painted. Work, worked, worked. So here we just have to add d or ed. D or ed in the end of the verb, and we can change its form from the base form to the past and the past participle. Clear? Whereas, let's see what we can do in irregular verbs. The irregular verbs do not take ed ending for their past tense and the past participle. So these irregular verbs, they are mainly 3 types of irregular verbs. Let's see what are these 3 types. Verbs in which all the 3 forms are same, like put, cut, cut, shut, shut. So in these words, we don't make any change. We just keep it same for all the 3 forms. Verbs in which 2 of the 3 forms are same, like this is sit, sat, sat. Clear? We have not changed the third form here as we do in few irregular verbs. You can see next, all the 3 forms are different. Drink, drank, drunk. Grow, grew, grown. Okay. Swim, swam, swum. So all the 3 forms are different. Clear? Some verbs can be both regular and irregular. For example, what are these verbs? Which one are these verbs? See here. Burn, burnt, burnt. It is irregular verb also. Whereas it can be regular also, like burn, burned, burnt. We can use nt also, burnt, burnt, and ed form also with that. Clear? Dream, dreamt, dreamt, dreamed, dreamed. Lean, lent, leaned, leaned. Learnt, learned. And here are a few more. You can pause the video and you can go and you can read all of these words. So these are few examples of regular and irregular verb. You have to practice more and more verbs so that all these things are clear to you. Moving on to the next. Next is transitive verbs, and these are the further division of the main types of verbs. Transitive verbs. Transitive verbs are the action verbs that have an object to receive that action. Okay, the meaning of a transitive verb is incomplete without a direct object. For example, she drinks water. So drink here is verb and it requires object. So this is subject, she is subject in a sentence and water is object in a sentence. So this transitive verb always requires a direct object with it. Let's see a few more examples. He drove the car. Drive, drove, driven. These are the three forms of verb. So here the car is object. She bought some books. Books is here object. My cousin brought a letter. So letter object here. He moved the chair. So these transitive verbs are incomplete without a direct object. Next, we will learn about the transitive verbs. Intransitive verbs. What are intransitive verbs? Intransitive verbs are action verbs. They do not have an object receiving the action as if it was in the transitive verbs. Let's see how. Here are a few examples. The sun shines. So the sun is here subject and shine is a verb. And here is no object in the sentence. Okay. She is crying. So here also there is no object. I'm studying at the moment. So at the moment here is not an object. Okay. I'm studying here is an intransitive verb. The child is sneezing repeatedly. So sneezing here is intransitive verb and repeatedly is not an object. What it is? It is an adverb which is giving us extra information about the verb. Clear? So don't confuse yourself with this. So how you can identify? By asking what or whom. I am studying what? So at the moment is not an answer for that, or whom. So from this you can find out that this is not an object. Okay. I hope now this is clear to you. So this was all about the verbs and its types. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. You learnt many new things from this video. Thank you for watching. Keep supporting. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.